Hello, comic fans, and especially you Love and Rockets heads out there. I guess you have seen the solicitation for the splendid edition by Fantagraphics. Even though, seriously, I would think it would be a better idea to sell these books separately and over a certain time, so that it would be affordable for more people, more fans. But hey, I don't want to critique Fantagraphics because I'm thankful and we are all in their debt. But anyhow, there was no question I couldn't buy this set, but it bugged me. So yeah, but then I came up with this solution because despite of having two left hands, I'm now in the slipcase monster making business, as you know from a more recent video of mine. So I built slipcases for Volume 1, Volume 2 and Volume 3, and I have here the stack of the more recent issues of Volume 4, which was fortunately a return to the magazine size, which I think suits the stories of Jaime and Gilbert the best. So yeah, but I want to show you a bit in detail these glorious bastards that I built there. I mean, this cost me some hours, not to say days, but I think it's totally worth it. To start with this three-parter here, maybe. This page here I ripped out of this all the covers from Love and Rockets book, because they printed this one in several sizes. It was, I guess, 3 or 4 times in that book, so I thought, hey, it's for a good cause. And it makes really a good spine here. It's an iconic image. It's not my favorite cover of them all, but it's a good picture that could be separated on 3 spines right here. And I tried to keep it not too colorful, too distracting. Yeah, on the top here, as you see, these are the offsprings, some of the many offsprings of Luba, as a nice yeah, addition or contrast to the ladies down there, with Gilbert on top and Jaime there. Yeah, so, but I try to keep the stuff here classy and crazy, a bit Gilbert craziness here. A drawing that I have in one of the art books for Love and Rockets. And here are the issues 1 to 10. I have issued one in 2 different printings 2 times, and generally speaking the first ones are a bit thicker, so I made a separate slipcase for them, and then I put 20 in the others, so that all 50 issues from Volume 1 fit in this triptychon of slipcases. So this is here the art. Yeah, it's, just printed with my inkjet and glued on it here. Beautiful Jaime drawing of Maggie on the back. I will show you all the issues in the back and at the end of the video, if you have the patience and if you're interested. But for those who are not, I want to just show off my boxes here. This is, by the way, the art that they've chosen for this new edition, with a good reason. I mean, it's a very it's a fantastic drawing, and since it's Ray and Maggie in their younger years, it has this oomph to it. And here is old ad. Not your average bunch of comic book heroes. Well said and absolutely true. So, now to volume 2. And as you probably know, they changed the format. They went to American comic book size, and yeah, whatever reason they had to do so, Volume 2 lasted 20 issues. On top of this box I've put one drawing for one cover with color advice by Jaime, which I found pretty funny, and then I took just one of these fantastic covers that was very suited for this kind of thing with the Batman, and then I kept the left side wide. I'm still thinking of doing some stuff here as well, but yeah, don't know. Sometimes you can really do too much. And the last of my slipcases here is this one here with Izzy right there, but it's a wraparound picture, if you will. I found it in the inner cover of one of the art books with Love and Rockets lore, and thought, hey, this is too good to be passed on, and I used it for this box here. And maybe of all the 5 ones here, it's my favorite one, because it's yeah, no false modesty, it's perfect. So yeah, I'm totally happy with these collected editions here. Now to part 2 of this video, in which I will go simply through all these issues here from Love and Rockets. Keep in mind that these are not the only ones. Both Jaime and Gilbert had a lot of side projects and additional stuff in other collected editions, and so on and so on. And again, if you want to have an overview about this kind of stuff, go to my Panellogy 200. So, but now, without further ado, put these boxes aside, and we will start with Volume 1. So here are the 2 different printings of Love and Rockets Volume 1, Issue 1. You can see here the lady on the left is a bit different colored, and the price point is not identical, but otherwise pretty much the same issue. Love and Rockets number 2, and so on and so forth. I didn't like this cover in the beginning, but now I feel that's one of the most beautiful ones. I don't show you the back covers here because this would really take too long. But maybe you know the drill. You have always front cover by one of the brothers and a back cover by the others, in this case Gilbert. Sometimes there are ads on the back, sometimes they're not. Okay, let's put them aside. And this beautiful slipcase, and go on with a second slipcase. So here are the issues from issue 11 with Errata Stigmata, one of the fun side characters, from 11 to 30. So, and here 12, 13, one of my favorite storylines, An American and Palomar. Gilbert reached his peak pretty early on, you could say. Maybe future worlds will have a different opinion, and maybe he will be cherished for his experiments with the big-breasted ladies and multiple layered storylines that nobody can figure out. I always find his stuff intriguing, but sometimes frustrating, what he does in the last couple of years. But this stuff here everything is amazing. While Jaime is up to this day, I love his stories to death, and this is one of my favorite covers here with Guadalupe, one of my favorite characters, and very nice cover there, and fantastic iconic cover right here as well. Love and Rockets, number 24. Still, it amazes me that I have all these magazines here and and this is a fun one as well, with Jaime at the drawing desk. Having his own thoughts about his creation there. But yeah, it summarizes the way the brothers think about their characters. They're really characters, not for us readers, but for them as well, which makes the whole thing work, I guess. Sometimes Gilbert just puts these kind of covers out, which is a slight provocation, I think. And yeah, we have male characters in the Love and Rockets universe as well, but they don't shine usually as much as the females. So, these are the issues from the second slipcase. Listen to that sound. Beautiful. The fun thing in doing this stuff here is really to think that this should work, and then in the end, when it works, it's the joy of making your own stuff. So now to the third slipcase here. One of my favorite covers is this from issue 31. Wonderful. Maggie and Hopi. This was the cover for the collected edition of X as well. I guess that was the back cover for that one. Ray the artist, and the ladies in his life, some of them. Luba, of course. Don't do this when you're pregnant. And here you can really see the Archie influences. I mean, they're all over in Jaime's oeuvre. He won't deny it, but sometimes it really springs, it jumps in from the page. Maggie, with good and bad Maggie on her shoulders. Again, pretty much a classic Archie pose. Wonderful picture from Chester Square. With and Gilbert, his minimalism is sometimes on the border of, it's very cheeky. Again, cheeky Gilbert cover there. And yeah, here you can see the the breast-heavy world of Gilbert developing, while Jaime has some fun in the wrestling world. And you can see here, almost in time jumps, how the characters of Love and Rockets age through the time, which is one of the fantastic features, that we can witness all these characters that you can see here. This is just a part of the characters, which we can see here on the cover of issue 50, the concluding issue of Volume 1. They have aged until now, and as you will see, we have a middle-aged Maggie in the last iterations of Love and Rockets. So, this was Volume 1, the end of Volume 1. Then, for some years, I guess 5 or so, Jaime and Gilbert worked on solo projects. Gilbert drew a lot of Luba stories, and Jaime did a Penny Century run, which I have over there, but yeah, I don't include it in this video because this one here is really just about Love and Rockets proper. And yeah, but after a while they started Love and Rockets again with this series here, Volume 2. As I said it, they went now for American comic book format. So here's Love and Rockets, Volume 2, Issue 1, which is of course yeah, a self-homage to the cover of Volume 1, Issue 1 over there. Now with different iterations of Maggie. Number 2 with a picture of or panel from Julio's Day, one of Gilbert's best stories ever. Actually, don't know from which story these gnomes were taken. This is actually from a story that Mario, the third brother, who's often forgotten, wrote for his brother Gilbert. M for... Me for the Unknown was the story. Yeah, you can guess who that girl is from the cover here. Pretty important issue for her development. Roy, one of my favorite characters, side characters, at least, always cracks me up, that dude. And you see, as I'm talking about these characters, they're all real for me. Even this totally cartoony drawn guy. One of the best covers ever. And yeah, this is, of course, the cover for which this drawing was done, and the color advice there. Love and Rockets number 8. I guess I have to speed up a bit. It's always amazing how many characters they introduced to us and never failed to give us pretty rounded and fleshed out characters, with the exception of some of the freakouts, the more recent freakouts of Gilbert again. But for them, at least for Jaime's world, as I always say, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these characters would knock at our door and, yeah, come in for a cup of tea or a bottle of beer, because they're so real to me. So, this is volume 2. And for whatever reason, they changed to the most, maybe the most unfortunate format of all of them. Not the stories, but the format. Oh, come on. Go in it. So. I mean, these trade paperbacks are pretty nice and all that. But if you compare them to the possibilities they had with the magazine format, and overall, at least the later collected or editions here, took a year to come out. So you read one of these books here, and then you had to wait for 1 year until the next book came out. And this was a bit tough to swallow. I mean, we Love and Rockets fans, we take what we can get, but eventually this led to a lot of complaints, and I think a decrease in sales. So they went after this run, despite of this beautiful cover. I mean, come on, Penny Century in all her luscious glory. Yeah, this led eventually to... I love these stories that are in these books here so much. Led eventually to volume 4. So that volume 3 just comprised out of these 8 books here. And to complete my little video here, these are the 11 issues of Love and Rockets that we got so far from volume 4. And when this volume is finished, unfortunately, someday in the future, I will do some slipcases or, yeah, hopefully several slipcases for these books as well. Love and Rockets. I love the colors here on this one, and everything on this drawing shows the mastery of Jaime, with Maggie and Hopi, of course, here. And on the other hand, we have Gilbert going in different directions, with using his characters more like paper cut dolls, almost in pretty stereotypical, yet interesting, intriguing, experimental ways that can frustrate the heck out of you sometimes, and sometimes it's intriguing. I have to say, what really pulls me through and what I love the most are Jaime stories in the meantime. But somehow I think that Gilbert's stories are as excellent as his brothers, but they're a bit tougher to read and tougher to get into. So, and pissed off Maggie here. Luba, you can always recognize her with this hammer that she carries with her. And 10. And as I've shown you, oh no. That was 9. This is 10. And here we have 11. So, yeah, thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.